What can be said about June? Honestly, it was a very quiet month as far as pickups went for me. A lot of things that I actually have this month is stuff that I ordered a couple months back. Some limited run stuff, of course, that takes a year, which is an exaggeration. It's more like 6 to 8 months. But a couple of those came around finally. And some other things, one game in particular for a console that I guess some prices are starting to go up for it. But one I've also been looking for some time. And of course, a video game related, but not a game sort of thing. But yeah, things have changed. I've kind of eased back on getting video games, so even next month will be probably just more of stuff that I've ordered months ago and just waiting for it to come through. I don't foresee any big releases for a while that I'm interested in, so there's that. Trading card games are pretty much becoming my thing right now for the next couple months between trying to get cheap Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering games, or cards. I'd like to collect part of the set. I am trying to put a deck together to play with people online. It's been a long time, so I'm trying to refresh my memory. But we also have the Gundam trading card game coming out in just 2 weeks. The starter decks, at least, will be released. I do plan on jumping into that. I really like it. They have a free app on your phone now that you can play that teaches you how to play the game. I've been spending a lot of time with that, kind of experimenting with different decks. I happen to jump into the beta of that. You've probably seen on my socials some of the cards that I pulled from the beta pack, which was really hard to get. I got lucky, and my local card shop was actually holding a small event for that, but they only had 16 slots available with 16 boxes. So I did end up grabbing that. I do plan on jumping in headfirst into the Gundam series and collecting those. So if you hang around my socials, you'll probably see a lot of that stuff. I'd like to get some of the Gundam model kits and make those live on stream at some time. I have gotten a little more into streaming. I think I mentioned last month it's something I would like to do or get more into, and I have. I actually streamed some Atomic Wave games on original hardware and fiddled around with the arcade stick. In fact, you can see the Atomic Wave game still behind me here. So I've been going through that and kind of going through backlogs. I actually finished Expedition 33. Really enjoyed my time with that. But I haven't picked anything up since, and it's been a week, 2 weeks. So I hope to jump into that. I still have to finish Lunar and revisit that again. But aside from that, let's start with the non-gaming thing, which is Sonic Prime. Oh, I have it backwards. This is the Steelbook edition that was released on Amazon. I did watch this on Netflix. I really enjoyed it. I liked Series 1 far better than Series 2. You can kind of tell in Season 2 that the story itself was starting to drop down, and they were trying to finish up some loopholes in Series 1 and tie that all together and finish that up because they didn't do a Season 3. But yeah, enjoyed my time with it. I do recommend at least watching Season 1 of that. But yeah, onto a game for the PSP, which I hardly ever pick anything up for. But I saw this for a really good price, and I was thinking about it, and it was one that been on my want list for some time. So I bit the bullet, and that is Ikki Tousen Cross Impact. This is the sequel to another Ikki Tousen game that was also released on the PSP exclusively in Japan. It's just a beat 'em up game. People kind of refer to it as the predecessor to the Senran Kagura series, as it's made by the same dev team at Marvelous, who kind of put this together. Yeah, Marvelous Entertainment. It does have the clothes bursting mechanic like Senran Kagura has. This series is kind of an odd one. It's based on the 12 Kingdoms, where all the characters are female, for whatever reason or another, with a couple males in between stuff, so they're now fighting in different rival schools. There's heavy story in these games, so don't expect to get too much out of that, but the gameplay itself is pretty good. A little stiff, if anything, but excited to have that. You can kind of see on the backside here. All these girls are from seasons 2 and 3, which I have never seen. I've seen season 1 when it first came out on DVD. Very generic, just yeah, Didn't get into it a whole lot, but I really like the characters, so that was kind of fun. Up next, we have the sequel to Gal Guardians. This is Servants of the Dark, I hate the word Metroidvania, but it's very close, more like Symphony of the Night. So more of a Castlevania clone type thing, just with anime girls in maid outfits you could swap between. And yeah, it's lewd to a degree, very humorous. I enjoyed my time with the first game, so I figured I might as well pick it up on the PS5 and give it a try. And the more the controversial release, and yes, I got this on Switch, and no, I still haven't changed my view on the Switch, and no, I don't have a Switch 2. Don't plan on getting one for a while. I'm kind of waiting for a limited edition or something to come out before I really jump on it, and for them to kind of work out some of the kinks. Of course, I can't say I've never been an early adopter of game systems. I have been when the 360 came out, the Wii, and the Vita. So I guess it varies. But for the Switch, I was never an early adopter for it. Didn't plan on for the second one. But I could have gotten the PS5 version, but I wasn't impressed with the art on it because it's the same art that's on the Switch, just with black bars on the side. It's like they didn't have any creativity to make it different. So I was a little disappointed in that. And I figured, well, I play a lot of shoot 'em ups on my Switch to begin with because it goes with me when I do travel for work, other than my Vita. And these games were released originally on the Saturn, but prior to that, they were originally for the PC-98. I believe it was PC-98. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But they're also adult games, I guess you can consider, which were censored when they were ported over to the Sega Saturn. So this compilation is actually Steam Hearts and VG Advanced won a shoot 'em up. The bottom won a 1-on-1 anime fighter, which I really enjoyed. In fact, I actually own a original copy on the Sega Saturn, which is this right here. So you can kind of see that the art is similar. If I can get it in here. But yeah, I really liked this. It's got some clothes breaking mechanics. Here's the backside of the Saturn version. It was a fun one. I actually grabbed it a long time ago. That the price on that game, on both of these games, have actually gone up. So I was really happy and surprised to see that was this City Connections, who is a hit or miss with a lot of their releases of older shoot 'em up games, but they've been doing this Saturn tribute series for some time now. There's Batsugan, which I do have and I do play. I thought it was pretty well done. They also did the Smiles 1 and 2, as well as Wolf Fang, and there's a collection for that, which some people have argued isn't as good. There is some frame lag on those games, and this, for whatever reason, was a little more censored than even the Saturn releases. Not by much, but it is censored, so just be aware of that if this is something of interest to you. The gameplay itself is the same, has not changed, but there wasn't much there to really be worried about so much. VG Advanced had some scenes that were questionable. Steam Hearts had scenes in the original and the Saturn version where the villains were infected by some sort of virus, and the only way to cure them is to make them feel really good. So, yeah, this is one of those weird anime type stuff, but the games themselves are pretty decent. So I figured I'll make the jump. There is some lag reported in these games, so we'll see. I do play the Saturn one kind of frequently, or infrequently. I don't know, but I enjoy it. So it went in my want list, and I ended up pre-ordering it some time ago on PlayAsia. And I don't think we're gonna get a release like that because Limited Run did the Batsugan release, which I was kind of surprised at, and I don't think, though, that they're doing the Wolf Fang because those games were never really translated, and they have a lot of text to them, so there's that. But, yeah, I don't even know if Limited Run, I mean, my luck, Limited Run will probably release something like that, but I'm not sure. Especially given the controversy around those type of games, even if they are on the Saturn. But And then we're down to the two limited run releases. One of them is a PS5 game and a shoot 'em up, which is a game that was released back on the PS3 and haven't seen since. It has gotten a Steam release. This is also on Switch, and that is Under Defeat HD. Well, this is not the HD version, but again by City Connection. I really like this game. This is probably one of my favorite shoot 'em ups aside from Caladrius Blaze. This was a Dreamcast release, in fact, originally in Japan only, that we never got here, sadly, for whatever reason or another. But you fly a helicopter instead of a plane, and you're able to adjust your helicopter, kind of left to right as you shoot. Give it a different perspective. But I play this often too on Steam on my arcade system, and I really enjoy it. It's a fun one, very tough but very fun. So there's that. But this has all kinds of supported languages on it aside from English as well. And again, this was limited run release, so there's that. This is also available through places like PlayAsia, probably for a little cheaper if you missed out on it. Of course, I'm sure Video Games Plus will probably have an allotted amount of them as well. And this game, which of course I had to get, and that is Yakuza Kiwami. I decided to forego the Switch version, which I kind of regret, because I was thinking with this and the other releases that Limited Run are doing on Xbox, I pretty much have a full set on PS4. And spoiler, I did end up getting all the other Yakuza games on Xbox. And I've been going back and playing these on Xbox as well, even though I've already gone through with them on the PlayStation. Looking forward to getting Zero, as that does come with a nice little box to store all these into. I didn't go crazy for all the collector's editions. I think only one or two I got for those, and that was because those were my favorite ones with the soundtrack, especially Zero. And kind of interested in getting the director's cut on the Switch, but I heard there's not a whole lot of extra content to it. Maybe someday I'll pick it up. It is a key card, which I'm not too fond of, but that's a whole nother discussion on key cards versus physicals, and I'm not really going to get into that at this point in time. But yeah, so Limited Run, I appreciate them actually releasing this on Xbox physically. It sucks because these have been on Game Pass for some time, and I was playing through 3, and I intended to go through the rest of the series on Game Pass, and unfortunately now they're pretty much out of Game Pass. So now you're forced to either get the digital version or physically, or, well, I'm not sure. This might be a key disc too. I don't know these days. Doesn't really matter to me. It is a physical disc. It's in my hand, so here it is. That's what matters to me. But yeah, Yakuza series. If you haven't played it by now, definitely check it out. Especially with the remasters that they've done. Pretty fun stuff. I love Kiryu. I love his adventures. And I am sad to kind of see him being sidelined for Ichiban. But Ichiban's a great character in his own right as well. But those are my feelings. Maybe someday I'll give kind of a full review of the series and my thoughts on it all. But there's that. And that's about it. Yeah, just backseating for a while. I'm going to kind of ease back on releases other than what I've already pre-ordered some time ago and just wait for those to come in. And yeah, not a whole lot else going on. Nothing planned for really the rest of the summer. I just want to enjoy it, work on my backlog. That's about all I can do. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.